Time now for Extra Points, where we talk to sports director Frank Cusumano about some of the hot sports topics of the day. And we begin with the Super Bowl, because Super Bowl 60 is set. It'll be the Patriots against the Seahawks. Your take?
Well, I'm really excited about Sam Darnold getting in. I mean, when he was with the Jets, they decided to go with Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson may never throw another pass in the NFL again. And then last year, when he was with the Vikings, they decided to go with J.J. McCarthy, who threw 12 touchdowns and 11 picks this year. He's tossed around by 4 teams, and now he's going to be in the Super Bowl. And this was once, the third pick in the draft. So I'm really excited about him.
With the Vikings last year, he was not very good in the playoffs. We know that. He had a great game yesterday.
Yeah, and he's the only quarterback to win 14 games in back-to-back seasons with different teams. He was good with the Vikings. Granted, he wasn't great in the postseason, but he's way better. How would you like to be a Minnesota Viking fan thinking we could have had this guy and we went with this guy?
I feel really bad for the New England Patriots fans because it took so long for them to get back in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, doesn't that stink? And to find a franchise quarterback who could be an MVP and a Hall of Famer in Drake May.
So your take on who will win, the Seahawks or the Patriots? Yeah. I know this is a first take.
No, but I'm leaning towards Seattle. I think they have the better defense, and I think they have enough offense to combat against a pretty good Patriot defense. I like Seattle in this game.
Do you have any idea what network the Super Bowl is going to be on?
I think it's going to be on Channel 5, I've heard.
We mentioned it just a few times. All right, let's talk about the basketball Billikens, because I was looking at the top 25 rankings, and there they are at number 21.
Yeah, and that net rankings, which is even more important, because that's how the NCAA kind of judges teams for the tournament, they're up to 19. So, Mike, here's the stat. They played St. Bonaventure the other day, and they led by 27, 12 minutes in. 12 minutes in, the game is freaking over. And it's another star every night. Ish Sharma, who may be their 8th best player, has the best shooting night in the history of St. Louis University.
And one of the things that I thought that might be a concern for Coach Josh Schertz is they're so deep and keeping everybody happy by giving them playing time. That's not very easy to do when you're as deep as they are.
Yeah, he has a great line about that with my players. He says, I want them to be ambitious but not have an agenda. And it is amazing that some night it's not going to be your night. You're going to play only 12 minutes and you're not going to score. The next night you may score 29.
All right, how about Mizzou and basketball? They won a game the other night with 2 buzzer beaters.
I've never seen a game with 2 buzzer beaters. End of regulation, end of overtime. One was 37 feet, one was 25 feet. And it was such an important game because if you lost to Oklahoma, who's last in the SEC, it would really affect your NCAA tournament chances at home. Now they're right in the thick of things.
So you think they're a tournament team?
It's too early to say, but all they got to do is finish like 500 in the SEC, middle of the pack, because they take like 8 or 9 teams.
All right, Frank Cusumano with Extra Points.